What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 7 of the Chris and Tim podcast. We have a special guest here, ProTech Sports. How you doing today?
Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy ProTech Sports from the ProTech Sports Network. Here with my man Tim. It's Tim Sports Talk, man. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Brady, go. Let's get
There you go. Thank you, ProTech, for joining. Unfortunately, Chris is not feeling well. I did post the video. Hopefully, he does feel better soon. And yep. But we are still here. Thank you to ProTech for joining us. And I wanted to start by congratulating you again on 1K subscribers. You're flying up the boards. My man's monetized. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. Man, hey, like, I've been grinding for it, been working hard. It's time, bro. It's time to go crazy. And I see your subscriber count jumping up there.
We're trying over here. We're trying. We're low. We're down here low at 600. Okay, but no, we're feeling good. What's up? Dominic is in the building. He says, "What's up, ProTech?" Yuki. Yep.
Yuki in the building. Yuki.
Absolutely. Having a good time. Yes, thank you, ProTech, again. All right, let's go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to start with a little bit of NBA. The All-Star Weekend happened. Were you able to see the game?
First of all, I did. I watched the first half, but it got dull. Like, I don't know, the All-Star game is the same to me, bro, but I didn't watch the second half. I watched the highlights. The second half was lit, so.
I gotcha. Yeah, well, Team LeBron just destroyed Team Durant, and that pretty much had everything to do with size. If you just watch the game, you could see Team LeBron was just so much bigger, and it's because all the size didn't show up. Of course, KD was injured. Joel Embiid, I think may have been COVID-related, and AD was also injured. So they had nobody from the starting lineup that was supposed to be a 7-footer in the game. Yeah, we're going to talk about the dunk test for sure. But first, we will talk about Giannis was the All-Star MVP, and I don't know if you, I don't remember when he made his threes, but oh my goodness, those were the ugliest three-pointers, and they went in every time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like he called it. Yeah, he went 16 for 16 from the field, 3 for 3 from 3, 35 points on the night. Uh-oh, we lost your camera.
Oh yeah, my fault. My wife texted me about something.
I got you. No worries. But we'll get it back. But I agree. Like, it was an interesting concept. They had each quarter was like a separate game. And I guess they were keeping track of it because I guess they went to whoever won the quarter ended up getting to donate to their charity of choice. So LeBron won all 3 quarters. So all the money went to whatever charity he decided to go to. I didn't catch what charity it was, but yeah, Kevin Durant's charity. It didn't go too well for them, whoever that was. But
no charity for them.
Steph Curry also had a good night. He was in contention for the MVP, but eventually it was just obviously going to be Giannis. Dame Lillard ended up killing it at the end of the game, making some huge shots. I think he actually won it with a half-court shot. I don't know if you caught that.
He up from like 40 feet and just, go home. Get out of here. Dang.
For sure. Did you catch the worst slam dunk contest ever?
Excuse my French. I ain't watched that crap. I watched a little bit. I said, turn this off, bro. I said, turn it off immediately. I can't watch this, bro. I can't.
Yes, it was the worst slam dunk contest of all time. And everybody knew it going into it. Everybody was like, who? Who's this? Cassius Stanley, Anthony Simons, Obi Toppin. Everybody knew Obi Toppin because he was a top 10 pick this year. But like, what? Like nobody. And Anthony Simons ends up winning it, and I called it. I predicted it, but I don't feel good about it. Okay, because he didn't win it going away or nothing. There was no 50s handed out all night. It was so bad. But
hey, dog, where was Anthony Edwards? He had all these big wild dunks.
Do you know how many dunks Anthony Simons had all year? Did you know this stat?
Wasn't it like none?
2. He dunked twice all season so far, and he's in the dunk contest. How is that possible?
I gotta laugh. Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
What?
It was
Stop
ridiculous.
what they doing. The NBA need to stop. Stop what they're doing. Oh my god.
Stanley had no creativity for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no creative. Trash.
But that's what's crazy. Go ahead.
In the dunk contest.
I don't know.
Had the dunk of the year, bro. Like
I didn't see the dunk of the year.
Like that's ridiculous, bro. Anthony Edwards should have been a dunk contest.
Anybody at this point, I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see them get like Zach LaVine back in there, or like Cassius Stanley versus Zach LaVine could have been interesting, and then Anthony Edwards, and then Obi Toppin had a couple of okay dunks, but there was as Yuki said, honestly, nobody really came with creativity. Like the whole dunk contest was like things that were seen before.
Exactly.
Like the best dunk of the night was something that's seen 100 times with the between the legs dunk from nearly free throw line. I mean, how many times have we seen this? And it wasn't even close. So who else do we have? I feel like Cassius Stanley, I feel like he wanted to heat up. He ended up not making it to the finals because he missed the between both legs dunk or underneath both leg dunk. And I would have been curious to see him in the finals, what he was planning on bringing, because he went under the legs once and they only got like a 44. Then he tried to go between both legs and then he missed it twice. And then he went for some bogus easy dunk that it was just a terrible, terrible dunk. But
it's a terrible dunk.
Yeah. And the one thing that I was about to get super excited about, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the highlight at all where Anthony Simons went up and he had the small hoop where he went and grabbed the ball and dunked it easy?
I see that dunk.
Yeah. So I thought he was gonna do something nuts, like take it and then come down. Like if he would have got it, brought it all the way down, like an up and down or whatever, I don't know what you would call it, and then dunked it, that would have been sweet. But all he did was literally take it and then dunk. That's it. Yeah, it was. And then to finish it, he tried to do the attempted kiss the rim dunk.
Boy, you don't get that.
The rim's right here. Not even close to the rim. Not even close. Like, as what's his name? Kenny Smith said, if he would have kissed the rim, it would have broke the internet. Because that would have been the dunk of the night by miles. I wish he did that one.
Miles by countries.
Yeah, by countries for sure. In my opinion, the Jaguars should stick with Gardner Minshew. Mark Kurtz. We're gonna continue on this NBA for a little bit longer, but we'll come back to that, Mark. We'll come back to that, Mark.
NFL, whoever said that comment, I might have to give him 1,000. There's no way it's gonna happen.
So that was the dunk contest, but the 3-point contest did not disappoint. Did you watch any of that?
Lit. Right. Woo! The dunk contest with this 3-point contest was lit. Like,
I agree. Because Mike Conley came from nowhere. He wasn't even supposed to be in the dunk contest. Or no, excuse me, the 3-point contest. He ended up replacing Devin Booker, who did not show, like he was injury. So the lefty put some pressure on Steph with the second highest performance on the night, 27 points. And then Steph Curry missed the 4 first shots of the 3-point contest. So his first 4 shots he missed, but he came back and ended up winning 28-27 with the last shot counting, the last money ball. So that was huge. That was fun. And then they had the skills challenge, which I said it was cute, and I liked the race format, but it was really, yeah. Domantas Sabonis ended up taking that. So that was NBA All-Star Weekend. And Simons tried to kiss the rim. First of all, pause. Second, is he trying to get COVID? Maybe that's why he didn't kiss it. Maybe that's what the theory. Yeah, everybody's putting their hands on that rim, dunking it, and then you want to go kiss the rim.
Like,
well,
19, I got it.
Well done. All right, now we'll go ahead and hop into some football stuff, starting with the big headline of the week. Dak Prescott signs a 4-year, $160 million deal. How do you feel about it? Was it a good deal? What do you think?
I think it's a good deal for both parties. It had to get done. Like, you need a quarterback in this league to win in the NFL, and Dak is their guy. He's a top 10 quarterback in this league. He needed to get paid, or the Cowboys would be trashed. We saw how they were without Dak. I know people say, they were 1-3 with Dak. Just read that. It wasn't his fault. Defense trash. But You saw that offense look after Dak went down. It was Andy Red Rifle, or I would say Red Pistol now.
Yeah.
Dalton?
Water pistol. Red water pistol.
Red water pistol. With no bullets, no nothing, no nothing, just water, just trash. Get out of here. But yeah, I'm glad they got it done. I'm happy for Dak. Dak got his bread. I'm happy Dak got his bread. I'm mad his dad won division for 4 more years, but hey, it needed to be done. He's a homegrown product. That man needed to get paid. So congratulations, Dak.
I feel the same way as far as I think it's a great deal for Dak. He's being overpaid in my opinion, but nonetheless, I mean, $40 million a year for Dak. Good for him. His manager needs to be paid because they did a really good job.
Agent need to get all the money.
Right?
You need that 10% off the top.
Yeah, he's feeling really good right now. But the actual cap hit numbers actually add up to 146-ish, 147-ish. So he's more like a 36 and a half per year basis contract hit, or cap hit, I should say. So, and what I really like is they gave themselves a decent 2-year window if they can get their act together, because he's only a $22 million cap hit this year, a $33 million cap hit next year. But once he hits 44 cap hit in 3 or 3 and 47, yeah, Cowboys are done. So they have a 2-year window to figure this out. A 2-year window.
Crazy. Yeah, 2 years to go crazy. That's what it's really interesting. I'm see what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
they restructured all their offensive linemen's contracts to free up more space.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I don't know how much space they have right now. Do you know how much space they have now?
I think it's around 23 million now. They had 6 after the Dak contract, 23.
Wow, they got that much out of their lineman, huh?
They restructured that. They restructured 18 million out all 3 of them combined. So
wow,
free space. They free up a lot of space.
That's huge.
I'm gonna hurt them in the future though, because they're gonna have a dummy year. So those dummy years, you got to pay those guys when they're not on the roster.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so they restructured it, but it could screw them later.
Yeah, it's gonna screw them big time later. They got to pay that $18 million to them 3 probably after they're not on the team anymore.
I gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that does suck. But as I said, they have a 2-year window with Dak. 2-year window. I don't know if that's going to work. Hassan says he's glad that Dak is getting the bag. Cowboys have $2 million in cap, says Hassan. But according to ProTech, I did not see this myself, but he was saying that they're going to have a lot more than that, which is awesome. Hank Hill, tickle that like button. Tickle, pause that like button.
Whoa. Hey, Paul, stop what you're doing. Stop. You don't tickle no like button. That sounds weird, bro. Stop what y'all doing, bro. Stop. Paul, stop what you're doing.
Is that his name, Paul?
Comment.
Or Hank?
No.
Oh, okay.
Whoever said it, timeout, technical foul.
Timeout, technical foul.
Technical foul helps, sir. Wow, son. It's a wild comment.
Yeah, he had a great comment though the other day on one of my videos. It was that one where somebody suggested trading Chase Young and Terry McLaurin for Russell Wilson. You see my video on that, or Chris's video on it?
I was going to respond to both of y'all.
Uh-huh.
By the time I wanted to respond, I said, you know what? I'm gonna let them have their shine. I'm leaving alone.
I mean, you could have. It's no big deal at all.
I mean, I probably would still upload it. I'm gonna just wait a little while.
That's fine.
But
yeah, feel free.
I completely agree with both of y'all.
Feel free.
They need to get off their rockers. They lost their mind.
But yeah, Hank Hill posted, what in the propane? Like they were helping some propane to come up with that one.
What kind of liquor they drinking, boy? I want to know. I get drunk off that. Woo!
Yeah, nobody wants that, to be honest. I don't need any of that, please.
I don't need it. I'm just wondering what they on.
Oh my gosh. Elizabeth apparently tore her ACL again. I'm sorry. Jeez, you're only, 16? How do you tear your ACL twice before 16? Jeez Louise. Right?
Dang.
Well, feel better with that.
I told mine once, but I was 15. I ain't tear it again, though. But God dang.
How old are you now?
I'm about to turn 28 in a couple months.
Oh, really? Oh, you're the same age
Yeah.
as me. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I just turned
man.
28 myself a couple days ago. So there
How
you
you
go.
related to you? How you related to you? Pricey.
It's all good.
Good dog. I didn't know birthday pass. I didn't know. Someone tell me what tell. Crap.
You don't watch my videos then. I posted it in one of my videos.
Bro.
You have been exposed. You don't watch my content. It's like, no.
Bro, I must have missed that video because I watched the Chris Godwin video. They watched it once today. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I don't even remember which one. It was what? Well, I don't know. I know it was the one that was on my birthday. So whatever that one was. But.
All right, so
March 4th.
I'll send you a birthday gift. Send me your address.
Sounds good. But yeah, that sucks. Your mom's here. What's up, your mom? Our Steelers fan. Our local Steelers fan. Yeah, his name's your mom. He's been here since the Steelers game.
Name's your mom. I'm like, what in the?
Yeah, his name's your mom. I don't know his real name. I just know him as the Steelers fan. Huh?
No, I thought someone's mom was in here for a second. I'm like, oh, what? We said the guy whose first name's your mom. I'm like, okay. I was confused. I'm like, what in the heck, son? I was extremely distraught. Like, what?
Yeah, no, that's funny. But no, he's been here for a while. Yep, torn it in a practice too. Ugh, last practice of the season. Surprisingly, I had no family that came and see me. Yikes. The only person that even came to see you was Madison. Well, good for Madison. Madison's a good people. What's up, Leza? Leza in the building. All right, we'll move on to the next topic, and it is Brandon Sheriff franchise tagged by the Washington football team. $18 million for 1 year. And I am going to propose the question, two different questions. I'll pose one first. What's most likely to happen? Play on the tag, sign him long-term before July, whatever it is. July 15th is, I believe, the deadline. And then, or sign and trade. What's the most likely?
That's a great question. Do you want me to go with my mind or my heart first?
This one's what's most likely to happen. I'm going to ask you what do you want to happen after, but what's most likely to happen?
I think what's going to most likely happen is a long-term deal.
You think they're going to get it done?
I think they will get it done. It's just they couldn't get it done last year, and deadlines do burst pipes, and I do think they're going to just pony up the money. I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know. Maybe 15.5, 16, somewhere around there. It ain't going to be 18. I know that for certain. Ain't no way in heck you paying a guard some $18 million. That is almost quarterback money. Lost your mind. That is all in starting quarterback money. No.
Right.
But they're gonna get it done though. I have this weird feeling they're gonna get it done. And this week, right before the deadline too. July 14th at 11:59. Deal.
I actually do agree with you. I do think that is the most likely to happen. It seems like both sides are interested in getting it done. They love Brandon Sheriff, which there's a lot to love. He's a guy that just shows up, does his job, and works hard, fights through injuries. Unfortunately, he is injured a lot, but he fights through them. He plays through a lot of those. So, tough guy, good, top 5 in his position at least. So, I think both sides.
Maybe top 3.
Yeah. So, both sides want it to happen. So, I agree. That is the most likely. Now, I will ask you to go with your heart. What do you want to happen? Play on the tag. You want a deal done.
I don't want to play on no tag, and I don't want to trade him. I want a deal done. I want a deal done for 3 reasons. One, it sends a message to your team that shows you when you play well and you play hard here, you get paid. Mm-hmm. You get what you deserve here. Number 2, he's homegrown product. We drafted this guy. I don't want to see no other uniform like I'm about to see Ryan Kerrigan next year or Trent Williams in a Niners uniform. You know what that disgusts me? I'm going to puke to see that crap. No. Number 3, he's a top 5 guard in this league. I don't want to see him walk. That'd be weird. Nah, he need to get paid. Yeah, my heart, I want to get paid.
So, okay, so you think it's most likely, and that's what you want. I am on the boat that I want him to get traded. I want a sign and trade. Okay.
I know. I've heard the video.
Okay. And there's 2 destinations actually. So I made the one about Sam Darnold. Which, if you didn't watch my video, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. But
I did watch it. I watched it.
No, I was talking to the chat, but thank you.
That's why I wasn't shocked when you said it.
Yes.
I watched the video.
So, the first one with the video is I talked about the trade trying to go for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold and a 2nd-round pick for Brandon Sheriff and a 3rd-round pick. So, we get a quarterback, and then we have an opportunity to pick it around.
I wouldn't give the 3 though.
Why would we give up the 3?
I wouldn't give up the 3. I wouldn't do it. I'll play hardball.
Well, right now, we would be coming at them, so I feel like they have the hardball angle. I think they would actually be really upset to give up the 2nd, even in that situation.
I think I'll do Darnold in the 3rd. That's probably what they'll offer.
Right, and I'm willing to give up the 3rd, mostly not because of Darnold, but because I want that 2nd.
Right.
Because that 2nd is, in particular, is basically a quasi first. Because it's pick number 34.
It's the first round.
Right.
Yeah,
So that is why I really want that particular pick, because trading Barrington Sheriff, I get my potential quarterback with Sam. I draft a left tackle first round to fix the left tackle spot that we've had problems with since Trent left. Then that 34 pick. What's that?
I could kind of debate that. I don't think Cornelius was that bad last year. He was solid. It was okay.
But he's what, 33, 34?
He's not quite a starting left tackle.
Right. We still need a because he's also only on contract for one more year.
One more year.
And how much are we really going to pay Cornelius Lucas at what, 33, 34 years old? Is he right now? He's an older tackle, I believe.
Yeah, he's like 32, I think.
Is he that young? Okay, I thought he was a little older than that, but
yeah, he's like 32.
But anyway,
he's been elite for a while though.
True. I want to get the left tackle, or I'll take a linebacker there, whatever it is in the first, and then I'll go left tackle in the 2nd round, that 34 pick. Either way, I want to get a linebacker and a left tackle in both of those picks. I don't care which one you go with. Probably I would, if Darisaw is there, I'd probably take him. And then I'd probably go with like a Zaven Collins after.
You read my mind. You read my mind, Tim. Stop reading my mind, dog. Hey, you read my mind.
And then I want to go Deontay Brown in the other 2nd round pick we have to fix our guard spot, and then move Sadiq Charles to the guard.
To right guard or left guard?
I don't care.
Okay, that's fine.
I think he could play either one. He was a great left tackle in college. I think he could transfer, just like Brandon Sheriff was a left tackle, and he translated to
a really good guard.
Yeah. So I think that Sadiq Charles could do something similar on a much cheaper deal, obviously, a rookie contract, instead of 15, 16, 17 million, whatever it is. But
I ain't mad at you.
There you go. The other destination. You may be mad at me for this one. You may be mad at me for this one. Is the other destination potentially is Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos. Go after Drew Lock with Brandon Sheriff. Maybe not quite the same trade.
I'm not mad at either. Because I think you probably watched my video. Actually, it was a few months ago. Why did we cut Haskins? I always wanted Drew Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted Drew Lock. In 2019 draft, I remember like yesterday. I'll be this quick. Me and my mom got so, and my cousin watching the draft. He wanted Haskins. He was like, "Give me Haskins, give me Haskins, give me Haskins." I'm like, "No. Take Brian Burns, please. Go get Drew Lock in the 2nd round, please. Don't do that. Don't do that." With the 15th pick, Dwayne Haskins. Turn this off. I was pissed for the whole night. I didn't want to talk. I was irritated. He was jumping for joy, and I was pissed. So yeah, I want Drew Lock. I'm completely fine with Drew Lock.
I am right there with you. I wanted Sweat at that same 15.
You want Sweat at 15?
Yeah.
I
wanted Sweat.
I'm cool with that too.
When he ran that 4.41, I was sold. I was done, or whatever it was, 4.42.
I didn't think he'll be there at 26. I was surprised we moved back in the 1st round and got him. I didn't think he'll be there.
Yeah, I don't remember why he moved back. I think it was it like injury concerns or something?
They had rumors like he had a heart condition or something like that.
That's what it was. You're right. That's exactly what it was. Exactly. So I was like, all right, I wanted him, and yeah, I would have been jumping for joy right there with you if we would have got our hands on a Drew Lock after that. That would have been huge. Because after Chris Cooley talked him up, and then I went and watched him myself, I'm like, this dude has a cannon for an arm, and then he's not playing with as much talent as Dwayne Haskins was playing. So yeah, I thought I was much more interested in him.
Yeah, everybody named Mama, dog. It's ridiculous. All them dudes that got drafted, bro, that's ridiculous. KJ Hill, Paris Campbell, Terry McLaurin, Johnny Dixon, J.K. Dobbins.
There's a lot of options there for sure. Rather get Drew Lock without trading Brandon. Only reason I would give Drew Lock is a shot is because Ron is great at developing players with potential. We would have it be interesting. That's what Chris said. Plus, he has Gibson. Drew Lock has a little turnover concern, says Dominic. I agree that right now he's a gunslinger at year 2. The dude will sling it. He's not afraid to throw it downfield whatsoever. So I do agree that he has a interception problem. But I think and it's also like you would rather want a guy that's not scared to throw than have a guy that is scared to throw and try to make him want to throw, right? Like you would want to, the John Thompson III, try to revive a corpse instead of like calm down a wild man. I always forget the exact quote, but that's what he basically said. So anyway, and if you could do it without, but the reason I want to trade Brandon, I don't want to pay a right guard a ton of money. I really don't.
I'm not mad at that. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. But when you do that, because like you already traded Trent away, this sends a bad message to the rest of the players in the organization. It's like, okay, we work hard, we bust our tail. I'm trying to curse on here. We bust our tail, and we put all this work in, and when it's time for us to get paid, we don't get paid. Oh, heck no, I don't want to be here. Don't go to Washington, man. They ain't going to pay you, bro. They ain't going to pay you, bro. And they sitting there like, free agents keep telling me we won't get paid. We won't pay nobody here, da-da-da-da-da. I think it'd be a bad look on the organization for a homegrown product.
Well, Trent...
They keep walking. So
the Trent thing, we did pay him. He didn't want to finish his contract. But then also he didn't want to... And then he didn't want to play here anymore, period, because of Bruce Allen. So, like... That's a little bit different situation. But I understand the concern with, like, if you don't pay Brandon, then you're sending a message to the rest of the team you're not going to pay. But there's, like, a different thing where this guy is injury-prone. He has yet to play a full season since, 2016? So he hasn't played a full season in 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So he has an injury concern. Also, he's a guard. We should never have drafted him. I mean, it's unfair, but we drafted a left tackle, and then we put him in a guard. We had Trent Williams.
They thought he'd be a tackle.
Maybe, I guess. But we should never, especially because I can't remember who that D lineman was. Instead, we could have gotten. I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, nonetheless, we should never have drafted him. But that's neither here nor there.
He's been an all-pro. He's been a multiple-time Pro Bowler. I can't dispute that.
And as I said, I love Brandon. I have no problems with Brandon other than the fact that his position, I don't want to pay that position that much.
All right, Tim, I'm going to ask you this, Tim.
What's up?
If we paid him around what Brandon Brooks got paid when he got paid, would you mind re-signing Brandon for a long-term contract?
What was that, like $14 million a year?
14, yeah. 14 on the dot. 4 years, 56, and like half it guaranteed.
I'd be more happy with that. Yeah, I'd rather not set the market with Brandon. So yeah, I guess if we had to pay him a similar amount at 29 years old with some injury concerns, that extra couple of million, I'm still on board with it. I just want to trade him, to be very honest. I don't really want to pay him. It's tough. And because it's mostly because of what I see the potential what I could get. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you have to have a plan if you're going to trade somebody with that caliber, right? Like, you don't just trade him away with no plan. But in my head, I have a plan. And that's why I'm excited about what it could be, because I could potentially get my franchise quarterback, which is way more important than a guard.
I don't disagree with that at all.
I can fix my guard position immediately with the guy I already have and a second-round pick. I can get my left tackle. And now my offense, and then I have money now to sign one of these top-tier receivers. I can go get a Kenny Galladay, or I can go get a Curtis Samuel or a Corey Davis, whatever. I don't really – we'll get into that later. Anyway, I could go get one of those guys. And then I could also sign a linebacker. Like, I have more money to play with, and I fix my O-line immediately, and I could fill the other holes. That's where I'm at with what I can see the options being.
I'm glad that position. That's not a bad idea. My only thing is, you know what you have in Brandon, but you don't know what you have in Sadiq yet. That's the only reason I'll be trapping it, because I don't know what I have in Sadiq Charles. Because he only played 3 snaps in my uniform. I don't know what he is yet. I don't know if he's going to be a Pro Bowl level guard, or is he really exclusively a tackle? I don't know. I don't know until I really see it consistently.
Right.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind trading Brandon if it came down to that. But it has to come down to that, though.
Right.
I'd rather pay him. But let's just say we don't get something done before the draft, and we're sitting here on draft night in day 2, and we can get 2 twos for him. Okay, I don't have a choice. I'm not gonna be able to pay him. I'm not gonna keep him on tag. We're gonna walk next year. No.
Right.
Trade him. Get more than I get for the compensatory pick with him walking. So we'll see how it goes, but I don't see a problem with that, Tim. I understand where you're coming from.
Fair enough. All right, I have a great, wonderful, well thought out question, and so Winter Nation says, what do you think about drafting 8 QBs so we have 11 QBs just so that if one is bad, to go to the other? So smart. Says Winter Nation.
You can't deal with him. You can't deal with him. You have 11 court. So trade now.
We're just going to take all of them. We're going to first get Trey Lance, then we're going to get Kyle Trask, then we're going to get Jamie Newman, then we're going to get Kellen Mond, then we're going to get Felipe Franks, then we're going to get...
Bro, I saw another team's mock draft, and they drafted all quarterbacks and a receiver at the end of it. And they got B pluses for their pick.
And you got a B plus for the draft?
Yeah, B plus. 7 quarterbacks.
Well done.
Oh my God. That's funny.
All right, what are you guys talking about? Chris says 4 years, $60 million, 55 guaranteed. He must have miswrote that.
That's a little too much guarantee.
Why not just guarantee the whole thing at that point? You trade Brandon. I need a late first, a second, and a player.
On a 1-year rental? We doing that, bro. It's a 1-year rental. It's a lot to give for a 1-year rental.
Well, no matter what we do is with the trading is it would have to be contingent on a long-term deal. Like no team's going to take him on a 1-year rental. Like it's going to be Brandon's going to have to agree to whatever contract they agree. So I wouldn't be trading him on a 1-year deal. Patrick West, what's up, Patrick? How you doing? If you don't sign Brandon long-term, it sends a bad message to the rest of the team. Plus, he has earned it despite the injuries. That is a very, very common sentiment. ProTech already had that one earlier, so thank you for your comment.
Good point, my guy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, and I understand that deal. I'm excited for what I can.
Don't want to pay him. I get it, Tim. Don't want to pay him.
I don't want to pay him, and I'm excited of what I could do. And I'm excited what I could do.
Bro, I get it. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money.
Yep, and we still have Wes Switcher as a backup, like whoever gets hurt.
Schweitzer ain't had bad.
It's
now,
true.
I'm gonna ask you this though: if they structured it to where most is in a big bonus, and the cap number is relatively low the first couple of years, if it inflates, and you get a year, and after 2 years you get it out of it, I don't mind if they do it like that.
Right.
Kind of how you did the Dak deal. Like the first couple of years, the cap number isn't ridiculous, retardedly high. If it is retardedly high, but you can get out of it if you need to get out of it. All right, look, I eat the little bit of dead money, get out of it. I can get out of it. They can structure it that way too. It's not really impossible to pay Brandon. It doesn't kill your cap. So, I get what you're saying though. It's tough to pay.
Yep. And right, and I'm with you. Is like when I did my franchise video, I said it's not not overcomable. Like if we sign Brandon to a long-term deal, I'm not sitting here like with my head down, so upset. We made a horrible decision. How dare us? Yeah. Like how I felt when we drafted Dwayne. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't feel that way about it, so it's gonna be all right. So enough with Brandon. That was a good conversation with Brandon, but we're moving on.
Yes, sir.
Here's a great segue. ProTech and Tim, do you think Minshew is the answer for Washington? So I did have my next topic is what will Washington do at QB? Do you want me to go through the options I wrote down, or do we just want to continue to go through? And then we can go through them one by one.
You go to the options you wrote down.
All right. So here's
yes or no's.
there. Don't do yes or no's. I'm just gonna run through and then we'll go through one by one. So I have.
Oh, awesome. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Sam Darnold, Marcus Mariota, Garner Minshew, Cam Newton, draft, or someone else. I'll start by this. What do you think is most likely? Most likely, not what do you want. What do you think is most likely?
Well, they paid Kyle the tender already. They re-signed Taylor Heineke. Most likely, they're going to draft a kid. That's what I'm thinking. Because they both know the offense. It makes good sense. They're cheap as heck. They'll probably be the tackling dummies. And we get the kid learning. That makes sense.
I hear you. I don't. They did tag or Tinder rather. Kyle Allen, you're right about that. I'm sitting here thinking today though. I still think they're really interested in Marcus Mariota. I think he's going to get cut by the Raiders. Yeah, and I think they're going to want to go sign him in free agency. I think that might be the answer they're thinking they're going to get is Marcus Mariota. And that is not a want. That is my prediction.
Yeah.
That is what I think.
That does sound like a huge possibility, though. I can't dispute that.
Okay, so out of the things I've mentioned, what do you want them to do? Those are our options. Oh, but I did put an option out there for someone else. So if you have something I didn't wrote down, but what do you got?
You're gonna laugh when I say this.
Okay.
Trade for Gardner Minshew. Screw it.
Trade for Garner Minshew?
Minshew mania.
You're losing it. You're losing it.
Now, I would say this.
Trade for the stash, he says. Go for it.
I'm not trading nothing more than a 6th rounder or 7th round pick. I'm not giving up a lot. I'm taking a flyer on him. Because I think Minshew does have a ceiling. I don't think his NFL story's been finished. Is not written yet. I think he has some potential. I've seen a little bit of it. I'm not saying he's gonna be a franchise quarterback and go light it up and da-da-da. But I think he could be a solid middle to tier role starter. And you get that for a 7th round pick, why not? You can still draft a kid. You can let him sit down. Minshew and Allen and Heineke can fist it out for the job and knock each other out to the left, and someone can win the job. And he ain't Cam Newton. His arm ain't dead. He ain't Marcus Mariota and can't throw for crap. He ain't Sam Darnold. It's a reclamation project that he just went through HEW hockey stick and a handbasket in New York. He's a guy who is okay, but they got a number one pick in the draft. So why not?
For a 7th round pick.
7th round pick.
I just don't even know if I want to waste my time with Garner Minshew. I'm not gonna it's. How about this? A swap of 7th round picks.
That's cool too.
Or we give up 36th and we take a 7th. So a swap of picks. We don't lose any picks, but we swap a pick. Oh no, we lost you for a second. No, wait, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I lost your sound for just a second. We're good. All right, I am not on the Garner Minshew though train. Definitely not. I did hear that apparently we might be interested in him, and that would be a sad day. My want, I didn't even write Drew Lock because I don't really think that's a real possibility. My want on this out of these people is Sam Darnold. I feel like. I think Sam Darnold has a lot of potential. I really do. And I would like, because, I mean, obviously, you know what? I should say this. Of course, if Trey Lance is there at 19, I want him. He's my number one.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, if he falls to, or maybe even in range, like if we have to trade up maybe 2 or 3 picks, I may still even do that. Because I think I really like Trey Lance. So that would be my number one.
Fields would be at 19?
Who?
Do you think Fields would be at 19?
Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Fields. I'm sorry. I was hearing Fields. I was like, I don't know who Fields is. No, Fields. Yeah, no, I would I don't think he's going to be at 19. I think he's going top 5. I think he'll be a top 5 pick.
Justin's a top 5 pick. Okay.
I think that.
I hope not. But,
I think Atlanta's going to take a quarterback, and they will take whoever's there, whether it be Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. If somebody like the Eagles or the Panthers don't trade up to number 3, or even like the Niners, like I think that one of the he's going to go at worst third quarterback off the board after Zach Wilson. If somebody really falls, like if the Jets really fall in love with the Zach Wilson, then I think Fields will go. Because I think what makes the most sense is Miami trading out of number 3.
I agree with that.
There's so much potential there. They want a receiver anyway. Every mock draft says they're taking a receiver. Don't take a receiver at number 3. Trade out, get him some extra capital, and then waste your pick on Devontae Smith.
But you can get Jamar Chase though. I think he's way better than Devontae Smith though. You trade out of 3, you're gonna probably take Waddle. Jalen Waddle's cool.
What if I could trade back to the Eagles spot? Like the Eagles fall in love with the quarterback, and I get 6. I could probably still get Jamar Chase.
Jeffrey Lurie has clearly stated, build around Jalen Hurts. The GM better not take no dang quarterback if he values his job. If Howie values his job and has not lost his mind, he better not take a quarterback.
Don't take broken ribs, Justin Fields, says Yuki. Absolutely. No, Justin Fields is legit. He's a 4.4 speed, maybe even a sub 4.4 speed. The dude has a cannon. And after he broke the rib, he freaking threw for, I don't think he actually threw for 500, but after he broke the rib, he threw at least 3 more touchdowns and another 200 yards after the broken rib.
I think it was 3 touchdowns, about 250 yards.
Yeah, he was incredible on that Clemson defense. If Justin Fields is in range, I want Justin Fields stat. He's a guy that's really, I think he's like, I think I would kind of compare him to potential like Jalen Hurts, but with a little bit more speed and a little bit more arm strength. Like I think he's like he could be a comparable quarterback, like what the Eagles want Jalen Hurts to be. I think Justin Fields can actually be that. Let's put it that way.
I think Justin's a little bit more crafty, a little speedy, a little more advanced quarterback version of Mr. Super Cam. Come out of school.
Cam?
I can compare him to Cam Newton. I think
he's not as big as Cam though. Cam was
not
big.
As Cam, but the play style is similar. But Cam was much more of a runner come out of school, and Justin a much more better, more fluid passer than Cam.
Gotcha. Jared says he's light years better than Hurts. I mean that's fine. I'm just saying the style of play, the style of player.
Dang. He just shot shots at Hurts.
Right. Yeah. Chris will never fail to disappoint with his hot takes. Strong opinions is what he is. Ain't nothing wrong with Mac Jones, says Yuki. How do you feel about Mac Jones?
How does Pro Tech Sports feel on Mac Jones? I don't hate Mac Jones. I don't love Mac Jones. I'm in the like category. I like him, but
if he's there at 19, you taking him?
Ability kind of turns me off a little bit. Pause. But like him at 19, I wouldn't mind. Would I be like Mac Jones? Yay! No, but I'm like, that's cool. He needs weapons around him though. He's one of those guys who needs almost everything to go right. Everything to go right. And hardly anything to go wrong. So that would be kind of concern. But I don't mind Mac Jones though.
He is Haskins 2.0 in my opinion.
Ooh, you think he's that bad?
Oh, he's off the field issues. He already has 2 DUIs. The dude, he doesn't seem to be a great locker room guy. I am not. And he had the most around him I've ever seen a quarterback have. I mean, you know what? Somebody actually did prove me wrong about that. Joe Burrow had a ton around him. I can't lie about Joe Burrow. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Terrace Wallace, or whatever. Terrence Wallace, whatever his name is.
Terrace Marshall.
Terrace Marshall, rather. Sorry. Yeah. Sadiq Charles. Yeah, I mean, he was stacked. Okay. But I don't know. I just saw much more in Joe Burrow than I did Mac Jones. But this guy was loaded at receiver, O-line, running back. I think is the next Derrick Henry. I mean, he was incredible. Najee Harris is the next Derrick Henry. You heard it here first. If you've never heard it yet.
I had to grab my visible pearl. Sorry.
Here we go. Haskins 2.0. Tim, when will you learn? I'll learn when he comes into the league and proves me wrong. That's when I'm going to change my mind. Joe Burrow had that swag about him, and you.
Take, though, Tim. I ain't mad at take it all, bro. It was hilarious. I'm not mad at it at all.
That's how I feel, man. That he is the Dwayne Haskins of this draft.
This four is Dwayne Haskins. I would not be shocked if he came in here and just bent a duck. I would not be. That's the risk you take with a Mac Jones. That's a huge risk. I can't debate that. I can't say, oh, bro, you gonna light it up? Shut up, you talking crazy. No, I'd be a lie. I'd be lying. I'd be lying to myself. I lost my everlasting mind. No, I feel that take. I ain't mad at you.
He, in my opinion, is. I would not be happy about it, but I'd feel much better of okay if we had him at pick number 51. I still wouldn't be thrilled, but a late second round pick on him is much more different. Even if we took Dwayne as a second round pick, where he didn't have the pressure of being a first rounder on him and immediately thrown into the fire, where now he has to compete with Case Keenum. It's like a second round pick, just like Jalen Hurts or Drew Lock, you can sit him on the bench and not bat an eye. Yeah, not bat an eye. Nobody's looking at you like, why would you take a quarterback in the first round if you aren't going to play him? It's...
your mind.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And even, as I said, I still wouldn't have been thrilled, but at the same time, I wouldn't be, absolutely upset. But I don't want... He's low on my list. I don't want Mac Jones. Please no Mac Jones. Please no
Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
All right. Chris is starting to talk about receivers, and that was the next topic on my list. So let's go ahead and hop over to some receivers talk. All right. So Allen Robinson and Godwin, two of the big three in this free agency, both got tagged. But the other one of the big three, Galladay, was not tagged. And then I also have, you know what? I'm just going to ask you about Galladay. So how do you feel about a Kenny Galladay? Would you pay him? Would you not want him? Are you not interested? You worried about the injuries? What's up?
Kenny M.F.ing Galladay. Okay. I love Kenny Galladay. Let's start with that. I think bruh is a certified dog. Start with that. If he wants $20 million a season, hard pass. Chris Paul behind the back. I'm good. But he's talking 17 and a half. I might be talking. I just can't pay a guy who played 4 games last year, I think.
Yeah, maybe 5. Yeah.
5?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I can't pay a dude $20 million a season after that. You gotta tell your number down. I'm interested in Kenny Galladay though. I think Galladay is a dog when healthy. But my only thing with Galladay is, would he take over for number 1? Would he take Terry's spot? I'm not a big fan of that because Terry has put the work in with this franchise to be the number 1 receiver, and I don't want nobody just to come in to snatch his job. You second fiddle, move, boy. I'm the dog around here. Dang, Kenny,
I think they're fantastic compliments to each other. Where Terry is not the tallest guy, he's 6 foot, but he's the speedster, 4.35 40. And then Kenny Galladay is a little bit slower, but he's a 6'5", great red zone threat. The dude is. I would love a Kenny Galladay. I love Galladay a lot. Chris says Galladay gets 14, 15. Oh no, he's a kind of like a. Not as good. Don't get me wrong. This guy's a Hall of Famer, I'm about to say. But he's kind of like the Larry Fitz, where he's not as fast, but he can go over top of you on the deep ball. Right?
He's a, no disrespect to this guy. He's also a Hall of Famer. But he's a broke man. Heavens to Megatron. He's a broke man's Megatron. That man just.
He's not quite as fast as Megatron.
On people's helmets.
Yeah.
Catches balls like these. I'm like.
I think Megatron.
Catch that, bro.
I think Megatron was a 4.4 speed though. I think Larry's more like a 4.5, 4.6 maybe. Like Larry was much slower.
I say a poor man's Megatron. Because he's not as fast as Calvin, but he high points the football like Calvin did. I was like, they're both lions. So that's why I said that.
All right, so we're both would be interested in Kenny Golladay, and I agree. Like, I don't want to pay anybody $20 million. So, I'm a cheap jerk. But nonetheless, so here's our other options. Okay, all of them are going to be much cheaper than Kenny Golladay, in my opinion. You have Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis, Will Fuller, Juju, or someone else. Who do you like out of that, or do you have somebody else to throw on the list?
Okay. I'll put an order of what I like the most and what I like the least.
Okay.
One was Juju for a minute. I'm not gonna lie, because of the way he blocks in the run game, and he's a good commentator. He's gonna catch all the tough passes and get smacked around and all that, and catch a contested one sometimes. This is the case of the drops. He's the Aguilar disease, as Yuki likes to call it.
Yeah, Yuki loves the
Aguilars. But I would say Curtis Samuel 1.
Okay.
Will Fuller 2. What'd you say? I know you said.
It was Corey Davis and Juju were the last.
Corey Davis 3 and then Juju last. Juju I don't like as much. He's gonna cost a bunch of money. He doesn't have top end speed, and if somewhere, God forbid, if he happens to Terry, he's not a number 1. So that kind of turns me off a little bit. Corey Davis, I like Corey Davis a lot, but this is his first year of really, really great production. I'm not a fan of signing guys with big deals after 1 year of really good production. I wish I could see more before I sign him, so I'm kind of trapping it. Basically, that's the only reason I'm trapping about Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Will Fuller's a dog, but the PDs, I don't know, bro.
You don't buy his excuse of he was taking a supplement that lied about, and then it was snuck on him.
But it's like Brian Cushing's on the coaching staff. He got called PDs like 100 billion times, and now once he becomes a coach, everyone's getting PD suspensions. That doesn't sound right to me. I'm a little trepidant about that.
I feel you. Okay,
Mr. Fuller, I don't trust you. And then Curtis Samuel, he's a former Panther. We're the Washington Panthers. They want to sign every former Panther named Mama. And he fits the bill of a legit number 2 wide receiver. He played with Terry before, and they can have really good chemistry. So that's my number 1.
Alrighty. I'll quickly list mine, then we'll go to the last topic, and we'll get out of here. It's almost an hour. We're at 53 minutes, so we got a little bit. But, okay, so my order would be Corey Davis 1, Will Fuller 2, Curtis Samuel 3, Juju 4. Curtis Samuel, to me, he's a slot guy / running back / receiver. He's essentially J.D. McKissick. We already have one of Curtis Samuel. We just do. His name is J.D. McKissick. And J.D. McKissick is a lot cheaper.
Give him credit for, though.
Say that again?
I think he's a slightly better receiver than you give him credit for, though.
JD's a solid receiver.
I can't disagree with that. I'm just saying,
but they're the similar kind of player. They both play running back. They both play slot receiver. I'm not putting Curtis Samuel out there on the edge. Like, Curtis Samuel's not a number 2 for me. Definitely not a number 1. But we don't need a number 1. But he's not a number 2 for me. In my opinion, he's a gadget guy with a slot receiver tag.
He's the third best option.
Right. And would I be upset if we got Curtis? No, because he has legit 4 speed. And I think he's a fine receiver. I think he would be great in the slot, way better than Steven Sims. But the money that he's talking about getting, we're talking about $11, $12 million potentially a year.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking 7 to 8, 9.
I would pay him for 7. 7, 8. I would pay him there. I was right there with you. But a lot of people are talking, this guy might be getting 10 to 12. And I'm sitting here thinking, for a slot receiver?
For all that. I'd rather just let the Jets cut Jameson Crowder and pick up Jameson Crowder for that kind of money. I'm not doing that.
Yep. Jared says Will Fuller has never played a full season ever in his career and has off the field issues. No shot when he gets injured. Then we're back to square one. I understand that take, and that's why I'm not paying him like Kenny Golladay money. Okay, I think Will Fuller can be a guy you pay a 2-year deal, $14 million total, or like, and maybe even load it up. Maybe it's a $16 or $18 million 2-year deal with loaded incentives because of the injury and because of the PEDs, right? And Will Fuller is a guy, if you can get him in the building and he hits. Like that is a huge.
He goes crazy. He goes ape. You know what?
Right. Like
he goes nuts, bro.
Exactly. Like that is like he out of those options, he has a chance to be the best receiver out of those options. Like he has that kind of ceiling on the table. Okay? Now, am I predicting that? No, but I'm just saying, like, that is what you potentially could get out of a Will Fuller. He's got great speed. He's got fine size. Like, this guy is a legit and great hands. He's basically good almost for a touchdown a game when he is healthy. Like, he is an awesome, awesome receiver. 2-year, 18 for a healthy Fuller, man. Yeah, like, I would love that. And load it up on incentives. That's fine, because he hasn't been healthy, and he has the off-the-field issues. That's fine. But Will Fuller is high on my list. And honestly, if you didn't have the injuries, he would probably be number 1 on my list, not named Kenny Golladay. But I love Will Fuller. I do like Corey Davis. I want a Corey Davis. That would be awesome. I think, again, he's another big-bodied receiver. I think that would go great with pairing him with Terry McLaurin. More of the, more of like the red zone threat, like go up and get it kind of guy. Like he's not the Terry McLaurin speedster by any means, but I think that's just similar to Kenny Golladay, not as tall, but another guy that is a great pair with him. Now, so Chris says right here, Curtis Samuel can run routes and make catches no one else outside of Terry can make on the team. Pay that man. J.D. McKissick can make those catches. J.D. McKissick has made incredible catches. Patrick West says not this year. Expert JK, what about Kenny? We talked about Kenny in the beginning. We're definitely both on board with Kenny, and we both pay him a decent amount, $17 million a year. I think we agreed on that. We would be willing to pay Kenny Golladay a decent chunk because we think he's that good. He has to get healthy, but I think he's that good. Chris has $1 million 5-year, 1 year, $5 million prove it deal. I would take that too. I would like to get him locked up for 2 years, to be honest, because I think I would say make his base salary $5 million and put the rest on incentives. Give him $3-4 million in incentives per year.
I think like realistically, because I know we know Will's gonna want some type of a bag. To be honest, I'll do 2 years 20, and I make all the incentives make it go up to maybe like 30, 35. I would make the base salary like $7-8 million, and then he gets the workout bonuses and all that, and bonuses if he stays healthy or whatever.
Kenny, you're talking about?
Huh?
You're talking about Kenny Golladay?
I'm talking Will Fuller.
Oh, Will Fuller. I got you.
I'll do 2 years 20, and like I'll make everything else incentive based on top of the $20 million.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that at all.
15. I made like 12.5 a guarantee if I was to watch the football team.
Well, there you go. I am not on the Emmanuel Sanders train. Expert JK talked about 1 year, $5 million for Emmanuel Sanders. I am not on that. How do you feel about Emmanuel Sanders?
Emmanuel Sanders should be my guy. 1 year deal. I wouldn't oppose to it, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm neutral. It'll be if I'll put this, if they got like a Galladay and they doubled down and got Emmanuel, all right, cool. But he can't be my only move. That's dead. Nah.
Yeah, I'm with you. But no, I want to see the filler receivers per se as young guys. Like I want to see Kelvin Harmon back. I want to see. I want to draft a guy like a Dez Fitzpatrick or later in the rounds. But you could even go a little bit earlier if you want. What's up?
I want to tear the receiver position apart. I just want to tear them apart. Outside of Kelvin and Terry.
But also you have AGG.
Maybe Golden. I'm just tearing them apart. Tear the whole thing apart.
Yeah, I don't know. I am just off the board.
Get out of here, bro.
You also draft Terrence Marshall. Yeah, he looks interesting for sure. Tylan Wallace is very interesting. I was talking about Kenny Stills. Oh, Kenny Stills.
I got 2 words for that. Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 2 words. Moving on. All right.
I think it was hell no too.
All right, I got my last topic here. Thank you again for hanging out with us, ProTech, and everybody else in the chat. So we do have Logan Thomas. Our second tight end is still very up in the air. We don't know who the heck that's going to be. There's 2 free agents that I really like, and I want you to tell me which one would you rather, if any. Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith?
Not for the money they want. I can't do it. Neither. I'll go with Gerald Everett if I touch him.
Interesting. Gerald Everett.
I'd say Gerald Everett because he's going to cost about $4 million, maybe $4.5 million a season, maybe. These guys want like 8. Jonathan wants 8, and Hunter wants like 11 or 12. I love Hunter Henry, but not for that money. Like, we don't need a tight end 1. We need a tight end 1 that would do it, but for a tight end 2, no, I wouldn't do it.
I think either of these guys would become our tight end 1. I think Logan Thomas goes down to tight end 2, and what I like about Hunter Henry right now is if we pay him, and he does get hurt, we still can fall back on Logan. Like, that's Logan gives us an option. But I would love Jonnu Smith. I think the dude's a stud. Okay, from Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, I think, is a dude that could be legit number 1. And if we could get him for $8 million a year, locked up for 4 years, I'm doing that in a heartbeat. A heartbeat. I love Jonnu Smith.
I'm just thinking about if we do get a quarterback of the future, and we eventually got to pay him. We got to eventually pay some of these defensive linemen coming up eventually. It's like, do I really want to invest $8 million in a tight end? Do I already have a tight end 1? But Logan's on his last year of his contract too, so I kind of get what you're saying on that too, because Logan's on his last year of his deal. He could walk next year, so it's like you might need a tight end 1 just in case if Logan were to walk. So I imagine.
Yep, I'm going for Jonnu. But Gerald Everett for 4.5. If let's say Jacksonville comes and outbids me for one of them, and then the Jets come and outbid me for the other, and I have to fall back on Gerald Everett, I'm not mad about that. But I want a second tight end. 2 tight end sets are huge in the league when you have 2 legit receiving threats at the tight end spot, and I want a number 2 tight end.
I agree with that. And another thing about Gerald Everett that I really noticed, and his stats are so much lower than those guys. The Rams don't use tight ends, bro. They don't use the tight end. Like, when you seen Tyler Higbee have a 600-yard season? Probably never, because Cooper Kupp, at that point, Brandon Cooks and
Robert Woods.
And Robert Woods were eating. They were all eating. And then Josh Reynolds replaced Brandon Cooks, and he was eating along with Kupp and Woods. So they go to the receiver side. They go 31 personnel, 11 personnel. 11 personnel. So he don't really use the tight ends that much. So
he also split time with Higbee.
Reminds me of Jordan Reed. I think he will eat. He will go nuts in this offense. Like, go crazy.
Well, that scares me.
No, I mean not the injury part of Jordan Reed.
No. I wasn't even talking about that. I loved Jordan Reed. Don't get me wrong. Jordan Reed was an incredible route runner. He's basically a wide receiver. Okay.
That's what Jordan reminds me of, though.
Right.
He could break people
but
off.
He couldn't block to save his life.
Oh yeah.
He could not stop holding. It was terrible.
Everett's a way better blocker.
It was so frustrating to watch our offense and being like, number 65 is reported eligible. Run to the right. Like, it's like every single time.
Can't block it.
Yeah, because Jordan Reed would be running off the field, and then big number 65, fat O lineman that just came in to play tight end. All right, and then whatever side he lined up on, we ran that way. I swear, 92% of the time, and that's precise math. Okay, I kept track.
And the bad thing was him and Vernon couldn't block. Like, it wasn't just one of them; both of them couldn't block.
Him and Vernon, yeah,
trash, awful. Oh.
Jared Taylor says time for Sprinkle to go immediately. I agree. That's Tony and Tim, not Chris and Tim. Yep. Yes, Tony is in the building for a injured Chris. Chris is on a what do they call him in baseball? The 10-day list.
DL, man. On the 10-day DL. He'll be back,
yeah. Disabled list. He's on the 10-day DL. He'll be back better than ever when he gets back in. He'll be good. Head Huncho. I don't think I've ever seen you before in my chat. Do you know who Head Huncho is?
Might be one of my subs, I think.
I don't know. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming over. Hit that sub button if you haven't already.
What do you do?
But he goes, get Sprinkle out immediately, and 1,000% agree.
Sprinkle his, you know what? Sprinkle his IDC.
For sure. We need a blocking tight end. Well, I want a tight end that could do both. And, there's an interesting tight end in the draft, okay? And Chris poo-poos on him, okay? But how much do you know about Tommy Trimble from Notre Dame?
I don't know a lot about
That's okay if you don't. I knew nothing until I looked at him.
Darn good blocker.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard he can catch a little bit.
Yeah, and he runs a 4.6.
Tommy Trimble. I don't know how good a route runner he is, though. So I didn't watch the film with him yet. That'll be for my Patreon.
There you go. No, plug it away. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Make sure. But I will definitely watch some film about him. But I watched one Notre Dame game, and I did see him break a dude off a couple times. Okay, the route runner ain't half bad. Broke some bums off. Okay, cool. Catch the ball slightly. He can catch the ball solidly, and he's a really good blocker. I don't know how Tommy Trimble.
Yeah, I'm interested in Tommy Trimble in like the 4th round ish. Yeah. 5th round, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in that range. 4th or 5th round. That's where I'm interested in a Tommy Trimble. And I think he could be an very interesting tight end because he's also a guy that they didn't use very much. They had another guy, I don't know, some big white dude. I can't even think of his name. Number 87, I believe. They used him a lot more. I think they just liked him, I guess, maybe because for whatever reason. But Tommy Trimble just didn't get a lot of PT. So that's why his stats are extremely low. But I think this could be a similar to Antonio Gibson situation where Gibson didn't get a lot of touches because they had 5 of him. I don't know if you went back and watched Memphis, but they had 5 Antonio Gibsons. Dude, and the receivers, I like the only way I could tell was the towel coming off is back because there was 5 receivers that looked just like him. And they were all in like the teen numbers. There was like an 11, a 13, a 14, a 15, a 19. Like they were all in the teens. All right, and they were all about 6 foot, stocky black dudes, fast as hell. I mean, all of them. And I'm just sitting here like, which one's Gibson? Yeah.
But you can tell it's Gibson because he always catches some bomb or something.
Oh yeah, because
like 60, 70 yards away.
Yep, there he goes.
Oh, that's him. That's the weapon.
Yeah. And so it was funny, but yeah. So anyway, I think this could be a very interesting situation where he just didn't get as much play for whatever reason, but he's a 6'4", 250-pound tight end running a 4.6, and a very willing blocker.
Right. 4.6.
Yeah, like maybe a little high 4.6. I think it was like a 4.68, 4.67 or something like that. Yeah. So
can I say damn?
Yeah, I don't care. That's fine. You have not been vulgar. That's all that matters. That's good. But yeah, no, you've been very good. But yeah, it's awesome, and I'm very interested in a Tommy Trimble. And if we could get him instead of paying one of these guys, I'm actually okay with that. Do we have 2 2s? No, we have 2 3s.
That's solid. Dang. 4.7, 245.
Yeah,
that's a big boy.
I like it. I'm from Beltsville.
I'm interested.
But never played in the NFL. Thank you, Patrick West.
Of course, they would tend to Cam Sims non-catching hand habit.
The Mr. Body Catcher? The body catcher?
Yeah, bro. Like, man, catching more bodies than I don't want to talk about it, bro.
I do like Pat Fryermuth. Chris always gets on me whenever I talk about Tommy Trimble. He's like, Pat Fryermuth's way better. But he's a 2nd-round pick. Okay? You're not getting him.
A 2nd-round pick on a tight end, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not necessarily opposed, and this guy is legit. Like, he looks like they call him Baby Gronk, and
they do call him Baby Gronk.
Yeah.
I'm a Penn State fan. I know.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry, You know,
that's
not
my guy.
to offend you.
They call Baby Grok. That's my guy, son.
Yeah.
I'm from Pennsylvania, so I watch Penn State all the time. So.
Oh, cool.
Even though I hate Barkley in New York, I like Saquon still.
I love Saquon. I don't care if he's on New York or not. I think he's awesome and great face of the franchise. Really good human being. I think they picked a stud. Even though I don't like running backs, I don't like to pay them a bunch of money or spend high picks on them. But he's awesome.
I don't either. I ain't gonna hold it. It's the value position. So.
Should we use that second round? Oh, who should we use that second round on? I'm on board with that Deontay Brown, but who would you pick in the second round with 51? Who are you thinking?
Good question. Deontay Brown's fine. I wouldn't mind that. If I was being bold, like being super bold, I would go best quarterback available.
Best quarterback available.
I think that'd probably be Trask. To be honest with you. I would probably go Kyle Trask at 51.
There you go.
If I'm being bold, but Deontay Brown's not a bad pick at all. I wouldn't be mad at that 51.
Oh, Cowboys with 4 extra picks. Cowboys have 4 extra picks.
Compensatory picks. They did get a bunch.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got. I think they got 3 compensatory picks. Something crazy.
Ugh, that sucks.
Whatever.
Nobody
They did lose a lot of players, so surprise.
Oh, draft best player available, says Patrick West. It's a great motto. If you do, you can't go wrong.
We went 7-9. We can use a lot of BPAs.
Right. How deep is the OL in this draft? Super deep. The left tackle position is so deep. Even a guy like Walker Little in the 3rd round could be a stud. And
I
then,
can agree with that.
Yeah, and then what is his name?
I want Leatherwood though.
Leatherwood?
He is so nasty, bro. His disposition, he is a savage, bro. Like, this man be tossing dudes, pancaking them, and throwing them across the freaking field and crap. I'm like, son, I want you on my team. Teach them how to throw these dudes around the field. Go do that. Because he is savage, bro. That bad is a nasty disposition offensive lineman. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I like Leatherwood.
I want to try to get around him.
I would love, because Jared said agreed, stay where you're at in BPA, best player available. I would like to do that at 51. I would love to trade back in the 1st and take an Alex Leatherwood. Like,
I don't mind that.
Yeah, trade back to maybe even pick, 28, 32, somewhere in that range. Trade back there. I think Leatherwood will still be there, a great left tackle for you. And then you can add maybe even as crazy as like another 2nd round pick or something like that. Like if you get a 2nd round pick out of that, that's huge.
I've had scenarios where we trade out the 1st round.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that, and boy, when I did that on the draft simulator. I think I got a 2, I got a 3, I got a 2 5s the next year, and I got something else. It was some crazy offer I couldn't refuse. It was ridiculous. I was like, dang, son. So I had like 3 2s. I had 3 3s. It was ridiculous. It was something crazy.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I have held you long enough. Thank you very much again, ProTech. Go ahead and give yourself another shout out. Patreon and all. Go ahead and give it all. What do you got?
Oh, yeah, man. All right. So go ahead and subscribe button, man. ProTech Sports Network. Shout out to Tim Sports for having me on again. I very appreciate it. Hopefully me and Tim will collaborate much more sooner than later. He was on my channel recently for our top 10 linebackers video for free agency for the Washington football team. Shout out to Tim for that. Also, I do have a 2nd channel. It's called Life of Tone, where I do vlogging and things like that, more lifestyle stuff. When you go to the subscribe button, you want to see Tony and not ProTech, you can go ahead and subscribe button on that. The patrons also in my podcast, my Anchor podcast, all that stuff is on my channel under the About section of the channel. So go ahead and look all that stuff up. A blog as well. I do blog posts once every couple weeks. So go ahead, that blog. I've been blogging for like 5 years before I even started doing YouTube. So that's where I originated started doing sports content at. So go ahead and go look up that stuff. It's dope. Gems. Some gems for your melon on that.
No, there you go. Some Louis T.
Yes, sir. Gems for your melon.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, maybe one day I'll talk to him. That'd be awesome. Well, hey, Thank you again
Hit
for
him up.
hanging out.
Hit him up. I'm sure you want to collab, bro. Hit him
Maybe
up.
one day. Maybe if I hit 1,000 or something. Maybe maybe at that point I'll be a little bleep on his radar. A little bleep.
I collab with, well, I know Louis for a while though, but I collab with Louis. Only had 500 subs. You get him up. I'm sure he would. He did with Natty. So
That's true. That's true. Fair enough. Well, thank you guys all for joining. It was a lot of fun. We had good conversation, great topics. Thank you for being here, Protect Tony. And yes, go hit that sub button if you haven't already for Protect Sports. He's flying up the boards. 1.1K subs already or something like that. It's intense. Tone Ho is here. What's up? How's it going?
what up?
Yep, I'll make this public so everybody can go back and watch it again if you want. Hit that like button. But all right, I think we're going to get out of here. And until next time.
Yes, sir.
See ya!